Okay guys, so this will be the third Pandora update for now. I still have all those loose ones that you've seen before. So this one's got about 6 bracelets, but some of them are just very small changes. Probably the easiest one would be the purple bracelet. So what I've done is I've just taken it off the... So I haven't really done anything, I've just added, so I added the oval lights and this one. So again, there's not really much happening with this one. I'm still kind of not really happy with the design. If you're wondering why these two are around the other way, it's because this one doesn't have any threading, so if I was to match it on the other side, it would fall off. But basically it's 3 of these on each side, with the sort of meditative bead. Then you've got the middle, which is just the family sign, which is actually a mix of pink and purple. And then you've got the oval lights, which is new to me, secondhand obviously, and then the second set of these. So I do need to get a safety chain and a some clips for this one, but again, being a specific color, it might be hard. I might use to Disney now. I'll just get rid of these ones out of the view. So what I did was, this was the bangle that this one was on, but because it was very, very packed in and the bracelet felt a bit too heavy, so what I did was the 5 that I had sort of floating around, I've just put onto here. So we've got the Ursula bead, the Cinderella bead carriage on one side with the castle on the other. In the middle I've got my beautiful bell dangle, because this is a Beauty and the Beast bangle anyway. And then I've got Maria from the Aristocats, and then I've got my door knocker and key from Alice in Wonderland, which was the only bead I ever wanted from that collection. Finally found it after about 3 years of looking. And then the other one is still the same, so it's now on the silver bracelet that I got. So I don't have any clips on here apart from these stoppers, so I've got a green one on here. Now these are just placeholders until I can find some safety chains and clips, but I've exhausted the ones I had because they've gone on to other bracelets. So I just use this green one for now. What I did with the red ones was I took off the rose gold ones, which you'll see on another bracelet, and I put the red ones on here. Here's Jack. I think some of these are upside down, so bear with me. Mary Poppins. We've got Flounder in the middle. Oh, sorry, yeah, Flounder. Mrs. Potts. Here's the first clip, so that's the clip station. That's just again just a placeholder to separate and diverse the weight. Simba, Nemo, Lilo and Stitch. I did take the Coco bead off that I had to represent Coco because I want to get the official one now, and I've moved the other one onto my Halloween bead bracelet, which I will share with you soon. Here is Belle and Adam in the ballroom, my Mushu, the second clip, again just to separate the now these are supposed to go on bangles, but they do work because of the silicone. I like them. Here is baby Simba, Gus Gus, Jasmine, Sally and Jack, and then the Lion King backdrop. So again, I do need a safety chain, but at least if it comes open, it's gonna stay on there because the stopper is on this end. So that is my updated Disney. So we've now got 2, but I did say that would be happening eventually. I'm going to get a stopper for here. I think I actually have one I can spare, but the idea is just to keep them together and to stop the heavier one. So it was, you could see how many beads were on this bangle, and also to take the weight off the bangle because they are hollow. They can snap quite easily, where the snake chains are designed to be jam-packed basically. And then the third, I think I'll show you the Halloween one first, and then I'll show you the last 2. So the Halloween, this was eventually put away, but I figured with Halloween coming, I might just leave this as like a permanent mini design just for the moment because Halloween is coming. This was a bangle that I had spare and I decided to just use it. I've still got Dad's one here, so Dad's one doesn't change anymore. These were meant to be interchangeable, but since my dad's gone now, I just leave his on and I slide it on and off every day. So we've got the ghost charm. Again, this was one of the original beads that they did a long time ago, and this took about 10 years to find, I would say. Then we have the Nightmare Before Christmas. Now this one and the bat, they were on that heart-shaped clasp one I had, but I actually tore that entire design down and rebuilt. Like, I've taken it down. I don't use that design anymore because I've got beads everywhere now. So there's my glow-in-the-dark pumpkin and the sugar skull that I had to represent Coco. But because there is an official Coco bead now, I've removed it and put it on here. And I do want to get a couple of the newer Halloween, but for now this will do. I also have a few from Trolls, so they'll probably be worn together in the month of October. My students love Halloween. We don't really celebrate it traditionally here in Australia, but my kids are big on it. They love it, so we do our best to celebrate it where we can. For some reason the stopper is moving too much. And then the last ones are, they're both for David and I. Now you'll probably see a common theme of stoppers being used like this in temporary placeholders, just because in some of the cases I don't actually have enough resources yet. So this one has a safety chain, but two of the stoppers. Now these were on my Asian theme bracelet, but I moved them off there because I now have the ones that I wanted on there. And I've just replaced them again just to break up the bracelets. So these two are specifically for David and I, and one is our travel and one is our journey. So I guess I'll just do the travel one first because it's the simpler one. Excuse me 1 second, my camera's decided to be a so-and-so. Okay, so the design is, both of them is the two-tone heart clasp. This is the scratched up one that was on sale, but I don't really care. This particular spacer says you and me, and it says love you on this little heart dangle, but it is very, very hard to see, always. As you can see, safety clips, there is none. There's only 4 or 5 beads on here, and there's a reason for that. So this bracelet was designed for when we go traveling. So we haven't got too many beads on this one because this will be built over time. My original travel bracelet took about 5 years to build. So with my travel, as long as I've got a safety chain, usually when I'm traveling, I'm very vigilant of like where my hands are going, and sometimes I'll just take them off and put them safely in a backpack or something. So 2 sunset Muranos. Now David and I went to the beach a lot when we first started dating, one of our first trips. So all of these beads represent 2 trips we did in 2019. One was a domestic trip where we went up to Queensland, up to the Gold Coast, and we went to Moreton Island, or Tangalooma Island, which is the indigenous name for the area, and we basically just had a week at the beach. We did a lot of different things like sand buggies, things like that. In the middle is from our UK trip. So this is the Kate and William bead that I hunted down. And the reason why I hunted this down was obviously it was the official engagement bead, but also David and I went to that cafe that they met in. Sorry about that. So we went and actually had a coffee or whatnot in that cafe. In the middle is the newer passport bead, and this one actually has, like, it opens up, unlike the 2012 one, which does not. So it says Citizen of the World passport. Inside it says the world is yours to explore, and then on the back it says dream big, and then in the middle there is some little pictures, so it's like, you know, love and flags, and like it looks like a passport stamp basically. And then the last one is the traditional UK telephone box, because our first stop was London. I do, like I said in a past travel video, if you go find that in my channel, you'll see all the beads I got to represent the different countries I went to. But I thought it might be nice to grow a bracelet for David and I's travels. We are planning on going on a few trips later. We did want to go to Japan back in 2020. Unfortunately, that didn't go through because of COVID, and then we had lockdowns, and now we've had a lot of other things happening in the background. But yeah, I absolutely love this bead. It's pretty simple, and it says call me maybe on the end. So that's the first one. And then the second one, please excuse my nails by the way, it's been a few weeks since I've had them done. The last few weeks have been pretty hectic. Just finishing up the spring term into the summer term now. So this one is a little bit different. In the middle I have the bead that I was given the night I got engaged, and that's got a story, but that's for another time, maybe, perhaps. So starting with the safety chain, this was meant to go on my space one, but I liked the other one better. So this has the little blue CZs in it, and they're all different colors, which is why I picked it. But I like it anyway, so I figured I would just use it. Now David and I have been traveling. We live in an ocean continent country anyway, so it makes sense. Love is love. Now this is a splittable charm. It's a two-tone splittable charm, and where it splits is when you take it off, this actually drops out. You can see here with me pushing it down, it actually splits, but I like that it's whole, so I just leave it there. So you basically could get two charms for the price of one. You could give one half to your other half, but I've already done that with him anyway. Now a lot of this is going to be like love and stuff, because I've been through a lot with David over the last few years, and he's always stood by my side, so he's always been there. I've known him for 14 years, but we've only been dating for 5. But yeah, he's been my rock and my strength the last few months, so you know, there's a lot of like looking after each other and stuff. This one is the bead he got me for my birthday, which was the bee charm. He didn't know I wanted it actually as a necklace, but that's okay. He doesn't need to spend any more money than he already has. Now the reason why it's on here and not on the bracelet I've been building for him is because this was actually my first birthday without my dad, and it was very hard. It was actually 3 weeks. He died 3 weeks before my birthday, and depending on the culture, bees can be messengers, or butterflies can be messages from loved ones past. So I like to think that this was my dad, because he was actually at my engagement. The night I got engaged, he was on a video call with us. He'd gone down to stay with my auntie and my uncle, and David got very annoyed because he wanted in there that night, but we video called him. So here's now this is a light pink CZ, but for whatever reason it decided to change colours. Here is the 2 owls that we have. I like to think that David's wise and stuff. I've already explained the meaning behind the owl. This was the bead that he distracted me with before he asked me to marry him. Now don't judge me on the dirtiness. I did drop this and I had to spend a while finding it, and on the back I've got the date, the place and the time where we got engaged. Here is the crown. Now he always calls me a queen, but also queens need a king, so I got that. So on this side I've got my feather charm. We both like nature and things like that. This one here is the red one. I have this in a silver as well, but it's strictly just mine. This one I've actually split with him, so he has the key and I have the lock, because I love locks and keys, and I'm a bit weird like that. It's just been a hard year, and this reminds me of like security, family, and my dad always said that you know, your family's not just your parents or your siblings, it's who you choose to spend your life with. And nice bracelet, and I probably will keep adding to this. I have the wedding cushion, and I eventually want to get that engraved similar to this one. Now the cushion is a lot smaller, so it'll probably just be the date on the back. So that is it for my Pandora. Eventually I will share my troll beads, but I do need to sit and sort them. Until next time, guys, take care. And maybe next time I'll share my ring, but because I'm at home, I don't wear my jewelry 24/7. My skin needs a break. I need a break. Thanks, guys. Bye.